Requirements needed are ones you can see on the screen. Hi, this is a texture and material modding tutorial. I'm just going over general details of what you need to do to make it work in game, so don't expect in-depth explanation. Assuming you already know what materials your custom model replaces, we'll begin with the first step. In Webworks or Modding Tool, extract the textures for the material you need to mod. This process will be used for all texture replacing. You can see I just extracted one at a time and not both at once. This is because they have the same name and thus would overwrite each other when placed in the same folder. First you must extract the texture with a larger size and add .hd in front of the .texture like I did. This assures that no overwrite and usability in Silk Tool. If you have any image files that isn't .dds, you must convert it by using Paint.net or any converters with your choosing. As you can see, I already have a modded DDS, so I can head to Silk Tool. Inside Silk Tool, select the texture file and modded DDS. Check if both are in the same format and size as each other. If they are, choose output name and generate. If not, go back into DDS and save it as the correct settings. Once you have your generated texture files, go back to Modding Tool and replace them with the ones you extracted at the beginning. Same process as before with GTexts. However, the modded DDS for this will be using Photoshop as it allows us to see the alpha channel. The alpha channel dictates the glossiness of the texture. The darker it is, the glossier, and vice versa. If you open GTexts in Paint.net, there will be no alpha channel as it doesn't support it, but instead it will show the opacity. This means that the more transparent the DDS is, the glossier. However, do note that this will not be the case for all GTexts, as most of it uses RGBA and some uses RG. The last type of texture is normal. NText shows how lights reflect on the material. In Insomniac's textures it looks like an oily yellow. Do not fret if your normal isn't exactly the same color but has a bluish purple color instead. Just save your normal as the settings provided, as it is the closest resembling settings available in Paint.net. If you have any other program that has the exact format of BC5 norm, let me know. Though Silk Tool warns that it's not the same format, but it will still work. Lastly, materials editing. You'll go here when your model comes up with crevices or weird scrunches or a red gloss effect. Generally, you would only need to delete the detail erase line to make them disappear, but alternatively, if you can make detail erase files, you can also just make ones that fits your model instead. Sometimes, modded suit has a weird red glossiness attached to it, even though your GTexts doesn't. This could be caused by Insomniac's Aniso material graph. For this one, you need to find other material graphs that you want to replace instead. I'll be using the basic normal gloss material graph. It should fix this red gloss issue.